Hello, and welcome to the CX Innovators podcast produced by Networld Media Group. I'm Judy Mottl, editor of Retail Customer Experience. Our podcast is all about talking with innovators, and I'm so thrilled to have Jon Sica, Chief Operating Officer at Batteries Plus, joining us today. So Jon joined Batteries Plus just about 6 years ago as Chief Strategy and Development Officer. Then he moved into the role of Chief Business Officer and became COO in early 2024. He leads a powerhouse team and includes the Chief Franchising Officer, the CIO, the CTO, and the Chief Growth Officer. So thank you so much for being here, Jon.
Thank you very much for having me, Judy.
So let's kick off by talking about Batteries Plus, because I think out there a lot of people have a very narrow view and understanding that it's not just about batteries.
Absolutely. We have about 730 and growing locations nationwide under the Batteries Plus and Batteries Plus Bold banner. Many of our stores, though, it's so much more than batteries. We are a very unique concept that's almost entirely brick and mortar from the standpoint of many of our batteries are very hard to ship. And because we do everything from your car batteries, boat batteries, to large industrial machinery batteries and city batteries for buses and big ships and cell phone towers across the board, we're 70% retail, 30% B2B. And so we service customers. And so each of our stores, which are very small box, is really a mini distribution center for retail and commercial customers. And we opened 5 stores in November. We're going to open another 6 in December. We've grown about 30 stores this year. And we've really found a niche in this world where more and more things are electrified, more and more things are powered. And when those things don't work, you don't need it 2 days from now, you need it right now. And that's where our concept really shines.
I mean, that's great growth and a great way to head into the new year. I'm curious about what your role is in terms of that massive, strategy as Chief Operating Officer. So can you share a little bit about what your day-to-day is and what's been at the top of the agenda in 2024?
Yeah, great questions. From a franchise and retail standpoint, it's all about the customer experience. And as the chief operating officer, I get the privilege of working across the business from all of our B2B sales teams and franchise sales teams, and to our training departments, our new store operations, all across IT and e-commerce and marketing, and many other aspects of our business. And the singular focus for all of us has been expertise. That is the differentiator for our retail business, and that is what enables us to deliver a great customer experience. Our net promoter scores are in the mid 80s, which in the specialty retail index being in the mid 60s, we're really proud of the experiences we deliver to customers every day. And that starts with our associates and our franchise owners and our store managers all having that basis of expertise that allows them to take a problem someone walks in with that they couldn't solve themselves and solve it in just a few seconds.
Right. I think that was prior to the podcast, we were talking about, what to talk about. And you had mentioned that the expertise actually may mean more to the consumer than price or service.
Correct.
And that AI is or may soon play a role in that level of expertise.
Yeah, for everyone in the retail space right now, and we're very fortunate. We've been on the journey to the cloud for the last 5 years. Our team's done an amazing job getting our systems ready for when the AI transition happened. We already had everything in BigQuery, all of our main systems, either in Azure or GCP, and we were able to dip our toes into the AI world really quickly and utilize some of those advanced natural language models and other tools to be able to connect our associates with that knowledge in a conversational way. As you can imagine, in a high SKU count business, being able to find a needle in a haystack is an art form. And that's what we've elevated over our 30 plus year history, and that's what AI has taken to the next level for us. And we've got chatbots on the registers now, where if someone comes in and you can't find what you need, you can ask that question really quickly to be able to access not just the product information, the PIM or master data management databases, but also the all the materials and training manuals and all that other information that you can load in that is hard to do an old school find
Right.
when you're trying to find a certain letter. But with the natural language models that can read and understand those documents, you can unlock that information that is buried deep in people's SharePoint systems or in old manuals through tools like that. If you're far enough on that journey, you can implement those systems.
Right. And, to be able to hand that off to a chat box, it lets your store associate do a little bit more important, work with the customer, right?
Yeah, and more importantly, it lets them be a hero to the customer. They look like
Right.
the expert, which is what we want.
Right.
And it's about we want people coming back for that service and that experience they have every time. That's what brings them back. I mean, our customers, when we look at it, I've been in other big box and other franchise businesses and retail and restaurants, and in most businesses you look at you're going after a certain slice of the consumer, or you're focused on a certain demographic. In our business, we're very fortunate that everybody needs what we sell. It's appealing
Right.
to everybody. And what's appealing is most of all for us and our customers is the service. And so, when we look at the market, it's really people who know about us and have been with us and love us, and just people who haven't shopped with us yet. And once they choose us, they come back because it's such a great experience. And even if there's a little bit difference in price, they're willing to pay it because, hey, you just walked in and you just fixed my phone and I didn't even have an appointment. You just fixed my cracked screen, or you just put a new battery in my car, and I just limped in and you were able to give me a new car battery with I didn't have to wait at a dealership for 2 hours. And so those are
Right.
the
And,
experiences. Yeah.
that level of customer experience is what they share.
Yeah.
And everybody shares now, and they're so eager to share negative, that it's nice when you see someone actually post something very positive about a retailer or a brand. And I recently had an experience where I went into a local hardware store, and it was a very disappointing, experience. And while they're only 5 minutes away, I'll probably never go back purely because of that. I'll go another 10 minutes, to another hardware retailer. As we're talking about 2024 and what you guys have been busy doing, growing, what's on the agenda in 2025? And do you see any big trends coming your way?
Yeah, we're in an interesting space in that electrification of everything is really important to our growth trajectory. We are seeing not only more devices needing battery powered, but more devices switching over from a analog or gas or petroleum powered system to a battery powered system, like even like basic yard tools. And you think the old gas weed eater you used to have, or even mowers in some cases, snow blowers we're seeing they're all battery powered now, and they're have those battery power packs, and we can offer a value proposition on those. And those things can be hard to find. You don't know if you found the right one. What SKU model are you looking for? That's where we excel, because we have the databases, we built them, we meticulously curate them, and we make it accessible to customers in a way that gives them a great experience, and they're sure they're buying the right thing, so they don't, to your point earlier, have to make another trip. And
Right.
we want to solve it the first time. The lithium wave too is something that is at the forefront of our minds, and we're going to see more and more battery chemistries change over to lithium. The cost of that has really come down, and we're able to lean in to more and more of those solutions, which offer customers extended runtime, less maintenance, more, put it in and forget about it type of convenience. But those are specialty solutions right now, and you as a customer may not be able to tell the difference because they all look like a little black box.
Right.
And we're able to, through our expertise, kind of glamorize those products. When customers are interested in making a choice, we want to shine, through the expertise that we can convey, and let our battery nerddom help people understand that, yeah, there's a reason why, we can help, you make the best, choice as a consumer.
I mean, for me at least, the battery is the most wonderful thing. I have all battery yard appliances.
Yeah.
And, the whole idea of the whole gas and kerosene and putting oil in the lawnmower, that can be not overwhelming for women, but for some people who are not mechanically inclined. And it is amazing, just in the last 5 years, the difference in the battery power and the fact that they're getting lighter and not heavier. So it's kind of an exciting time, I think.
Yeah.
So what are the other trends that we talk?
These are the little batteries that, this is a lithium battery, and it's, very, very light,
Right.
I mean, compared to what, the old lead batteries, which, are still in a lot of things and, good business. But yeah, you're right. It's a different world out there with the new technology.
So when we were also talking about some other trends, you had brought something up about that consumers might be looking at repairing over replacing. They might be prioritizing the must-have items in the new year. Can you talk a little bit about, why you see that coming?
Yeah, I think it's in response to the economy, and I've been around this business long enough and retail long enough. Everything's cyclical, and you
Right.
see old brands from 20 years ago coming back, and everything has its cycle. And for many years, and, I would say in the mid 2000s to late or in the mid teens. We were in a, look, money was cheap. It was easy to get replacement devices. You didn't have, the inflation yet, and customers were very much in a replace cycle versus a repair cycle. And as we've seen, especially in the last, year and a half, with inflation, with the economy, with and even thinking ahead, potential tariffs impact, which is on everybody's mind. There's never been a better time to be in the replacement market for, the repair market, and to be able to have those services to renew a device that is perfectly fine. And I don't know if you got the new iPhone this year, but it's not that different from the one 2 years ago, but the
Right.
battery might be a little dead. Hey, we can replace that in 30 minutes. And and look, if you need a new screen, we can, we'll probably make you a deal and do both at the same time. But and even, we're seeing the age of vehicles as well continue to creep up. Fewer and fewer people are, opting for that brand new vehicle. And
Right.
the replacement market, the repair market for everything, and the aftermarket replacements versus going and buying a new vehicle. People want to extend the life of what they have, and it's a little bit of the natural outcomes of the economy we've been living in, and things getting tighter. And if you can save, hey, that new car payment, that new phone payment, and have brand new like performance from your device, more and more customers are choosing that once they know that's an option. And frankly, that's one of our challenges, is just making sure people are aware of the options, and
Right.
that, hey, we offer such a wide breadth of services. That is one of our continual challenges. We can't communicate everything all the time. We've got
Right.
to focus on one thing, get someone in the store, have an opportunity to have a conversation and show them, and then we'll keep them coming back.
So as the new year gets close, what is on the to-do list for your team at Batteries Plus?
Great question. We are prepping, and like most retailers, bringing in a ton of product ahead of Chinese New Year and tariffs, and trying to get as much of a head start as we can. With the economic uncertainty that may be out there, and we're also prepping for a what I would call brand relaunch of continuing to really focus on the power of what we can provide for customers, and not just from a pure product standpoint, but really that services component. I've got the poster behind me.
Right.
We're really proud of our recycling partnership. We recycle 50 million pounds of batteries a year nationwide, and we really want to become more a part of our customers' lives, and frankly do good for our country as well. We don't want people to throw away their batteries. We want them to bring them into our stores and for free, and to be able to recycle. We're going to launch a national program with the Department of Energy grant right now. It's a pass-through cost to customers to recycle, which many of them happily pay, but we're really excited to next year launch a free recycling program.
Wow.
To really encourage that people not to throw away good lithium batteries, good alkaline batteries that can get back into the recycling ecosystem and be renewed.
Right.
And ultimately that lowers cost for everybody. We're also looking at continuing to hone our assortments, like many retailers out there. We've got to differentiate ourselves. We feel like our advantage in especially the electronic space is being able to bring things to market ahead of our competitors who may be sourcing in more traditional ways. And so we have teams in Asia and other places, actively going with factories and trying to bring in product that may be just making it to Europe in some cases, and getting that in our stores ahead of time, so we can have that point of difference. And people hold up a flashlight that's 15,000 lumens and say, oh my gosh, I've never seen this before. This is the strongest flashlight I've ever seen. It's like, yeah, you can only get that here. And trying to differentiate ourselves in that way too. In addition to just that, look, the services focus for our business is evergreen. It's something that we do day in and day out as part of our business, and that is the core of who we are as a company.
It's funny, I was going to ask you about the recycling poster, because I was curious from your view, does the average consumer, are they on board yet in terms of recycling batteries? And I remember when the rechargeable battery first came out, and people I talked to were like, oh, it's just easier to go get another one. And I thought, why don't we do a little conservation in our homes? But I didn't know what you see on a broad scale.
We're seeing it pick up. Once customers know it's an option, many of them want to do the right thing, and they a lot of people just throw things away because they don't know.
Right.
And as more and more devices get what we call embedded batteries, and so similar to your phone where it's an embedded battery, it's not removable, you're going to see in flashlights and many devices it having an embedded battery instead of a replacement alkaline battery. And it's going to be like rechargeable with a mini USB or a USB-C. And as that shift continues to occur, I mean, recycling is going to become even more and more important. You don't want to necessarily have one of these things sitting and swelling in your trash can. That could be a danger, a thermal event, as they say in the biz. And you want to recycle that and handle that material properly. And you're going to see more and more of that as that embedded battery trend continues, since it's just so much more efficient for customers.
Right. I think retailers, no matter what they're selling, just have a great opportunity to educate the public, because they're interacting with that consumer, all the time. So I think it's just a great program. It's really exciting about the grant coming next year.
Yeah, we're very excited, and we've done a few activations and at stores and at with our partnership with the Green Bay Packers at some games at Lambeau too. And it's always surprising. Customers, they want to learn about this stuff. And they want to do the right thing for the environment and the country. It's a national security imperative as well, and creating our own national battery supply chain, and all the reverse logistics that go along with that. And
Right.
people want to participate, and they just need to, like you say, to be educated.
Right. Well, that's encouraging. And John, once again, our time's run out, so I want to thank you again for being here. I know you're a very busy guy. To our listeners, please subscribe to the Networld Media Group YouTube channel. You can also log on to retailcustomerexperience.com, look for the podcast page link in the top nav, and catch up on past podcasts. And John, I wish you and everybody at Batteries Plus a wonderful holiday season and a great 2025.
Thank you very much, Judy. It's been a great Black Friday for us so far, setting records, and we're excited, for 2025.
Great. Thank you again.
Thank you.